Extra, extra, read all about it. Front page headline news. That's where I ended up this week. Why and how? That's what I'm going to share with you today. And it was for prednisone patients. So, everybody's been hearing about different treatments for the coronavirus, right? This drug or that intervention, how it's going to cure everything. Well, one of the drugs that's been touted as a possible cure is called hydroxychloroquine. It is a drug that's normally used for people who are on prednisone. They might have rheumatoid arthritis or they might have lupus. And people who have RA and lupus are often on prednisone. So this drug directly impacts so many people who are also reliant on prednisone. When I found out that it was in short supply, it made me upset. I would get requests for people saying, I need my insurance to cover the brand name of hydroxychloroquine because I can't get the generic because my pharmacy's out, because people are stockpiling it because it might help with COVID-19. Well, that was upsetting and it was not right, but maybe it would save people's lives, right? Well, that's a totally different argument than what was happening in my state. In my state, the governor's office had stockpiled not the commercially available hydroxychloroquine that you can get from a manufacturer and that costs like 15 cents a pill. They had made a contract with a pharmacist in my state, not my kind of pharmacist, saying they would pay $40 a dose. Not 15 cents, $40. Taxpayer money to stockpile this drug, keeping it away from the people who need it the most. People who are reliant on prednisone too. And that made me angry. But when I realized that he wasn't just stockpiling it, he wasn't just exploiting the situation and making an insane profit, I was the one who figured out that he's probably breaking the law because he's acting like a manufacturer and he's just a pharmacist in a pharmacy. Pharmacies can make drugs, yes. We can make them for individual people. When you have a prescription from a doctor and you show it to your pharmacist, they can make it for you. That's called compounding and it's wonderful, and I've been doing that since I was 14. But this wasn't compounding. This was making 200,000 capsules to sell to the state, which couldn't buy them anyway because they were illegal. And then making 40 to 1,000 times more than he should have after it. And it made me so furious that I spoke out. I emailed the State Department of this and that and the governor and all of these different entities, and I said, this is wrong. Not only is it unethical, not only is he exploiting a pandemic, not only is there probably backdoor rooms and corruption, but this is probably illegal. He can't make those capsules. He's not only ripping us off, but he's doing so illegally. And so the news featured me. I was in the front page article, the headline news, all about this controversial drug, hydroxychloroquine, and how in this situation it was illegal. And I just got off the phone with another interview with another news station because this is wrong. People on prednisone and other drugs should have access to that drug without somebody exploiting it. They should have access to that drug without somebody stealing it from the normal supply chain and trying to create an entirely different supply chain. We know what is safe. We know what is effective. That's why we have laws. Did you know pharmacies are one of the most strictly regulated professions? I don't know of any other profession that has more laws regulating it. And my state officials were completely ignoring all of them. It was unbelievable. And so I took a stand. I took a stand for people on prednisone and hydroxychloroquine who need it. I took a stand for taxpayers who were being completely ripped off. And not just the taxpayers in my state, but they were using 75% federal funds. So it was taxpayers across the whole country who were going to be completely ripped off. And so what I'm trying to say is, when I see a way I can make a difference, sometimes I just want to hide. Sometimes I just want to be like, somebody else will deal with it. Somebody else will, they'll say something and the problem will be solved. But nobody did. Nobody had taken a stand. Nobody could take a stand because they were scared that they were working for an employer that might get sued. I don't have that problem. I'm not tied to any of those employers. I don't have this big entity behind me that's going to get sued. And so I could take a stand. And the same thing is what I did when it came to prednisone. Prednisone is a miracle drug, and it saved my life, but it made me completely miserable. And that's why I created Neutralized Zone. I realized something that no one else had realized. I realized that prednisone steals nutrients. It steals at least 10 nutrients from people's bodies, and we need to give those back. And that is how we can change how people feel on prednisone. I know that when people take Neutralized Zone with prednisone, it makes them feel better. They can finally feel normal again. They can finally have their life back. I keep getting all of these amazing reviews from people saying, it has changed my life. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me being the prednisone pharmacist, because I know that what I'm doing is making a difference. So what is making a difference in your life? What are you doing to take a stand? How are you helping? I'd love to know. Let me know below. And if this helped, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one as Dr. Megan, the Prednisone Pharmacist.